Gamers, what is up? I am Matthew Cross, also known as Dark1778, and I am here to present to you YDIR, You Are Doing It Right Awards. Now, what is the concept behind this award show? Quite simple. It is about recognizing games, game companies, individuals running the game media that have a consumer first and gamer first focus. So let's roll into it and show you what we mean.
Gaming Best Audio. And the nominees are Halo 4, Brutal Legend, Persona 4 Golden, BIOSHOCK Infinite, and the winner is BIOSHOCK Infinite. The third game in the hit series BIOSHOCK, BIOSHOCK Infinite from Irrational Games and 2K Games, is well known as a game that prides itself on deep and interesting themes ranging from the end result of isolationism to the dangers of extremism. After years of careful level design and story crafting, the end result is a game that manages to confound, amaze, and impress all within the space of a few minutes. The audio of the game follows the same trend of the rest of the game, blending in music of its own creation as well as favorites such as Tears for Fears and God Only Knows. The game's audio provides the perfect backdrop to every emotion on the roller coaster ride that is BIOSHOCK Infinite.
Now let us look at Best Customer Care in the industry. The nominees are Level 5, Valve Corporation, Atlas, Squad, and Tryon World. And the winner for Best Customer Care is the Valve Corporation, probably earning this award for their Steam service. Though during its infancy, Steam had many bugs and kinks, the platform has continued to improve since then, serving as a hub for digital distribution of PC games. Steam offers gamers a wide selection of games on release and the distribution of many older titles, with a built-in pack service. It also provides a user community, built-in voice chat, and a DRM service that developers can use, optionally, that is less intrusive than the usual DRM we see. Most games can be run in offline mode, and some can even be launched without the client. Also, Steam has offered refunds to gamers who were victims of 2 very bad releases in the last year, and it regularly has killer sales, which add to its popularity. Thanks to Valve, PC gaming has never been this easy. And now the award for Best Gameplay in a Video Game. The nominees are XCOM, Enemy Unknown, Hotline Miami, Defiance, TELLTALE. And Dishonored. And the winner for Best Gameplay is XCOM by Firaxis and published by 2K Games. XCOM shows both gamers and developers that the turn-based strategy genre is not dead yet, and more so, also shows us it can look outright cool while doing so. Both the game's visuals and sounds are used to enhance the gameplay, which is stellar in this title. The game renders many of the traditional features of the genre easy to understand and intuitive to even newcomers, though the game doesn't sacrifice its tactical challenge by doing so. The player will be making tough decisions in both their team setup and in combat. One feature that is loved, or loved to be hated, is the challenge it can offer. The player can achieve a triumphant success for a good plan just as easily as they can be brutalized by the enemy for making a bad call. As they say, that's XCOM, baby.
Gamers, besides being hopped up on monster drinks, I am Vernon, and this is where I'm going to talk about the You're Doing It Right Award, specifically companies that are doing it right. Not just companies, developers, publishers, and fans, gamers who are awesome, just displaying feats of awesomeness. So let's get started. The first company I want to start off with is TELLTALE Games, because they kind of struck out with Back to the Future, they kind of struck out with Jurassic Park, but they came back and they hit it out of the park in terms of the Walking Dead series. But that's not the only thing that makes them awesome. What makes them even more awesome is the fact that they're coming out with TELLTALE Games Presents Poker Night 2. And it's now available on iOS. But what makes this poker game awesome? It's the fact that there are characters, recognizable characters from other game franchises, and Ash from The Evil Dead. I'll swallow your soul! Come get some. Next up is not so much a company, but a group that is proved that they are awesome in their own right, Kubismo.com. Kubismo's Workshop, to be exact. Their website just launched earlier this year, and I gotta say, it's pretty freaking awesome. If you don't know, they have this famous comic book called Marauder Shield, and what they do is basically rewrite the ending of Mass Effect 3. If they're not happy with their ending, they're just gonna write their own. So, boom! You guys are awesome. Keep doing your comics and everything like that. That is awesome. Keep doing what you do. So who else is doing it right, you might ask? Everyone that stood against CISPA. That's right, people. Everyone in the internet. Gamers, TV goers, internet goers in general. If you don't know what CISPA is, go to Google and type in CISPA. But for those of you who do know, I want to congratulate you for signing any petition that you can and speaking up, because our privacy is paramount in this day and age. Props to everyone, just the people in general. Give yourselves a hand, a round of applause, because you guys are awesome. Going back to companies for a second, Ouya! Boom! You know why they're doing it right? Because they created the first open source console that gamers can take apart and mod however they want. And you know how many games they have available? 126. The console's not even released yet, and they have 126 games. All of them are free to try. So if you like it, you buy it. But, Ouya, you guys, good on you. So, as far as Gaming Bytes is concerned, those are the companies, those are the people that I feel are doing it right, that are awesome, that are just putting everything they have into it, that the companies are taking care of their customers, that the people are showing their loyalty to the companies that take care of their customers, and just doing what they can to work together and make the world a better place.
Best Graphics. Nominees: Tomb Raider, Sleeping Dogs, BIOSHOCK Infinite, Far Cry 3, Crysis 3, and the winner is Tomb Raider. The winner is Tomb Raider from Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix. The rebooted Tomb Raider was a highly acclaimed game, delighting many gamers and many critics alike. A lot of things got attention for this game. This includes the new design and look for lore, as well as the new forms of gameplay. Though the game did also have good voice acting, the graphics and visuals stood out the most. From cutscenes to gameplay, the game's visuals do not stop impressing many gamers, be it from a slow lurking exploration of the site to an intense and rapid action sequence of the game. The graphical presentation doesn't let up. Environments, particle effects, and character models are up to top notch in this title. The game also uses the new Tress FX technology and AMD to simulate the hair in the game, making this more lifelike than ever before. Congratulations to Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix for their Best Graphics winner, Tomb Raider.
The nominees for Best Indie Studio are Devolver Digital, Mojang, Squad, TELLTALE Games, and Unknown Worlds. The winner is TELLTALE Games. This indie studio specializes in making episodic games with a focus on great storytelling. You may recall them from such games as Telltale Walking Dead, Sam and Max, and Tales of Monkey Island. The studio has mainly been celebrated for its success in episodic gaming. They release their games in small and regular chapters, which allows them to use player feedback to craft the next part of the story. Paying for the game in smaller chunks is also appealing for many gamers, allowing them more financial control over their purchase. Although unorthodox, the studio has been cited by many for doing the episodic format right.
Now we've come to Best Major Studio. The nominees are Valve Corporation, Blizzard Entertainment, Obsidian Entertainment, Rocksteady Studios, and Irrational Games. And the winner is Valve Corporation, already taking Best Customer Care for their Steam service. It seems many gamers still value them as a development studio, coining the phrase Valve Time to represent that their games will be done when they are done. The company focuses more on providing quality over quantity in their titles. Many of their older titles remain classics and the company still supports them. Though they had a light year, the company still actively participates in the industry, releasing Counter-Strike Global Offensive in August 2012 and Defense of the Ancients 2 currently in early access. Despite a slower release pace than other studios, their emphasis on quality is likely why they have such support from the gaming community.
Hello, my name is Vega Goose, and today we're talking about CD Projekt Red. They're a company that has really had a large string of success recently with their Witcher series, and in 2012 they earned their place as one of the companies who are doing it right. Now the way they did that was when they released the Witcher 2 Enhanced Edition. Now what the Witcher 2 Enhanced Edition is it adds over 3 to 5 hours of gameplay, new cinematics, new voiceovers, and over 100 different patches and fixes. In other words, what any other company would have considered an expansion and charged at least $40 for. Now CD Projekt Red didn't do that. Now yes, they did release a version of it you could buy. However, to the people who had already purchased it, this was a free download. That is huge and almost unheard of in this industry for a company to legitimately just give something like that to their fan base. Not only does that show loyalty to the customer base, but it also shows they really do care more about the quality of their product and not the content of their wallet. CD Projekt Red has made quite a name for themselves over the last couple of years, mainly because they do things like this all the time. They care more about the people and less about the dollars, the yangs, the yens, the quids, whatever form of money people are using to buy them. This is huge for a company to forego the millions of dollars that could have been made had they forced this out there. I'm not going to name names, but we all know companies who do that all the time. Release a game, and then release the Ultimate Edition of that game. Which is essentially the same thing, adding a few things. CD Projekt Red did it right here, and I'm frankly very proud to see a company like this in the gaming industry as we've seen it today. Many game companies can learn a very valuable lesson from what they've done here, and I hope in the future we see more companies following this road. That's why CD Projekt Red has earned their name as a company who's doing it right. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the awards.
Industry Best News Coverage. And the nominees are Angry Joe, Forbes, Total Biscuit, VG 24/7, Jim Sterling. And the winner is Jim Sterling. While there are many that speak out about the issues of the gaming industry, this egotistical game journalist tackles the issues head on, whether as an article on Destructoid or a weekly entry of the Jimquisition. Mr. Sterling will be on top of it. He doesn't hold back with his praise and criticism, and he lets everyone know exactly what he thinks. Even if you disagree with him, you can still respect his views. Big enough to admit when he's wrong, Jim stands for the consumers with the quick tongue and a thirst for the truth.
And now the award for Best Story. The nominees are The Walking Dead, Persona 4 Golden, BIOSHOCK Infinite, Tomb Raider. And the winner is The Walking Dead. Based on the hit TV series and popular comic book series of the same name, The Walking Dead is a compelling, character-driven adventure set in the wake of a zombie apocalypse. But this isn't your typical zombie horror. The Walking Dead is an interactive story that focuses on the trials of the survivors, and it's an incredibly tense and moving ride. You quickly become emotionally invested in the well-written characters, and the choices you have to make, often at speed and without much information, have a genuine impact on the way the story unfolds. It really is a finely crafted piece of video game storytelling.
And here we come to the end of the first You're Doing It Right Awards. Thank you for watching and thank you for voting. We will see you next year.